There was a master in the remote areas of Northeast India. So he made a good statement, I remember. We have no right to die before we learn and realize our real self. What we are doing, what we realize we have lot of stress today. I have lot of challenges and the problems. My neighbor had a big car. You are married, that's why it seems you are happy. I'm single. And a long list we have. We have a long list. We have no right to die. And then we have daily issues and the challenges, and we try to solve those challenges. And the next day, we have other challenges too. So this is what it means that we are living with the false self. We have to think. So the answer to this question is simple. Do I fall in consciousness every day, or do I rise in consciousness every day? If I fall in consciousness every day, obviously I'm living in ignorance, then I have lot of challenges, and then the impurity of the mind and the problems we continue to face. And then we build a big ego. You don't know how deeper problem I have in my life, how much I suffered. And what is the result? I bought a big car. Do you see what a joke we are making of our life? No, I'm not saying that buy a car. I will also sit there and we will enjoy that. After 20 years, I bought such a big house. Welcome. 20 years I suffered. 20 years you suffer to buy a big house, and you are going to sleep on the same size 6x4 space. Masters are not saying don't have it. You should have it. But if I live only for these stuff, I'm bound to suffer. And that leads us to a simple question I have been asking. How many times since the last session you were upset, you were anxious, you reacted? Ask yourself. You will come to know that you are a seeker, the highest level of a seeker, the medium level of a seeker, or the lowest level of a seeker. That is what we are covering. So in the last session, we picked up one thing, Mangalacharan, how every situation, every relation, every location, every incident, every event should be seen from the eye of auspiciousness. We should have a clear understanding, my friends, that this existence is full of auspiciousness. It is offering the grace and the blessing all the time. if I do not recognize, I am not a seeker. Think. So, last session, I picked up one thing, that how to recall, remember, and continue the journey with the two methods for the purity of the mind and the focus of the mind to, to realize that real self. What will happen? I wanted to start a series now with a very simple question and answers coming from another teacher so that you remember. So, what is awakening and realization? The master says, complete end of suffering in your life. Did you understand? Complete end of suffering in your life, and you are living in peace, joy, and happiness, in spite of the challenges that we have in our life. Challenges will always remain. Simple question and simple answer. So we have been understanding the conventional methods and the best method. Conventional methods, we have worked as a yajna. Do you remember? I believe you all remember. Connect, contribute, and celebrate. Start from the near to far. Near, body, breath, mind, intellect. Then go little farther, relations at your home. But pick up both, how I relate to my home and how I relate to the people at home. Connect, contribute, celebrate. And then look at a broader picture. This house lives on this planet Earth, made up of the 5 elements. And continue. One of the most important, I lose awareness. We are coming to that point, that why we lose that awareness and why we start suffering. So best method is the self-inquiry, and the conventional methods I have discussed in detail. How long the journey should continue? The same answer. Check yourself. Don't ask the teacher to check you. Who the hell teacher is? Is not going to live with you 24/7. And you won't allow. So check, self-check. 2 methods, conventional methods and self-inquiry. Simple things we can ask. Are we living in a higher awareness all the time? Recheck again. Have the problems in my relations been resolved? How do you know that? My mind is totally free from all the relations. My mind responds in peace and happiness in all relations. Whether I go to Walmart or Kohl, or whether I go to my mom and dad, whether I live with my honey, from my side, why this is so? Because my mind is pure now. Did you understand? Say yes. I understand. But if the but is coming, it means you still have those impurities in the mind. What is but? Everyone responds differently in the world. You are dictated, you are affected by them. So why you are affected? Because you have a corresponding reactive impression present in the mind. Did you understand that? You have already created an image about your relation, and that is why. No, no, you don't understand. My dad is crazy. Yes, people are crazy, but you are more crazy because you are thinking about your dad. You have a lot of obsession. You are not ready to make your mind free. Are you getting it? At least you can say yes. You are not helping yourself to be free. So we are still understanding the two methods, the conventional method and the best method. Now, and I have added one point, the auspiciousness. I should become aware of the existence. I woke up in the morning. Why? I am alive. How I'm alive? Because of the existence. So I connected myself to the existence. And then I apply these two conventional methods and and the best method. Don't feel that I should leave the conventional methods. My personal life, my professional life, my social life, my family life, my life as a citizen has a lot to do with my conventional methods. So we are not going to leave. When we compare that, what is the best method is the self inquiry, no doubt. Self inquiry. The method of the self inquiry becomes better and better when we keep on applying the conventional methods in our daily life. To make it very clear. See one more difference. I have to live in the world, my personal life, my professional life. So I definitely need to connect myself to the world of relations, of possessions, of lot of stuff, professional. So from where the impurities enters into my mind, and if they are dominating my mind, I cannot do this self-inquiry. Are you clear? So what is going to happen? You are applying the conventional methods. You are improving your personality, your attitude, your behavior, your responses to the world. So it means it is helping your personal, professional, and social life. And at the same time, it is purifying the mind so that you can sit easily for the best method. But again, I added a point, auspiciousness. I have to recognize that auspiciousness. Is it not the existence made me auspicious in that moment that I'm alive today and I'm giving you a lesson? So if I don't recognize, I fall into consciousness. You see that I told you that I'm going to cover in a very simple question and answer so that you become the center of conscious evolution and transformation in your life. And if we apply the self inquiry, the best method, it keeps our ego in check. Otherwise, we go outside. We don't see, honey, I'm a center of conscious evolution. Come here. We create a lot of conflict in our life. Do you see the beauty of the journey of this? That they have taken care of each and every subtle aspects of our life. So you do the self-inquiry is the best method inside and outside. When you apply, you discover that yes, there are no challenges, there are no problems in my life. Even if there are problems I'm going to face. Or you can say the conventional method is moving from outside to inside. without any impurity, and the self-inquiry is the method moving from inside to outside. You are bringing out, you are manifesting the higher consciousness in your life. We're going a little deeper and deeper. Now you all are seekers. So now the master answers the question when a student asks that why self-inquiry is better than the conventional method. Applying the conventional methods, the ego may take over me. I have helped you. I have helped you. I supported you. You are not listening to me. What should I do? You see, this comes into the conventional method. So to prevent the ego to take over me, to be dictated and to be dominated, there comes the self-inquiry. Otherwise, I have donated that much. I've donated. So you are born with a lot of dollars with a bank account. Do you see that? It makes you very humble. And what is that humility? It is a rise in consciousness. Simple. So sometimes if I pose being humble, that is ego. The self-inquiry removes it. Do you see that? Self-inquiry removes that. What we do in the self-inquiry, we do it through the self-analysis. We study our behavior, our attitude, and we check that is this behavior and attitude and action and the response, is it guided by the false I? Then I change it. I bring about a change. Why? In order to replace that false self with the real self. One of the great masters, I have been repeating, the Krishna, you can say the originator of yoga and the Eastern wisdom. In 700 verses, the text is known as the Gita. He taught how to do the self-inquiry, to drop the delusion, to purify the mind, to reach to the highest state of the consciousness. Self-inquiry, you can use the word self-purification, self-study, self-awakening, self-realization. So it is very important. I may be extremely busy. So when you apply the conventional methods, you will discover that you are always free. Sometimes I also miss, but 5 minutes before I check my internet connection, I check that I'm able to log in. I check that if I receive 5 minutes before the beginning of a session. Just to tell you, for every step in our life, we are ready 5 minutes before to welcome the existence. Maybe a few minutes before, you are able to maintain that level of awareness to meet with any eventualities in your life, because you are living in a higher awareness. You are ready to respond, not to react. What it means, you are living into that state of mindfulness. The ego and the unconsciousness is not a barrier. Now it is the higher consciousness, and the existence welcomes that real self. We are going deeper. You also recognize, we recognize as a seeker, where this mind has created a self-justification, a self-condemnation, self-denial, the self-identification. I'm talking of the best method of self-inquiry. So you are able to drop it. Dissolve it, destroy it. Not only we become a seeker, but that the seeker is constantly, consciously evolving. So we simply, oh, I close my eyes, I'm totally relaxed, and that is what the mindfulness is. No, that is not. Mindfulness or meditation, the goal is the knowledge of the real self. What is the goal of meditation or mindfulness? Knowledge of real self. How it is helping me. It is also helping me all the time. So every time I talk, every time I discuss, it makes me aware what is still lacking. Get rid of that. So the teaching also becomes a practice. Receiving the knowledge becomes a practice. That is why the first step is listening and learning, followed by contemplation, followed by practice. That practice means you are applying the conventional methods every day. That helps your mind to remain empty. So whenever you sit in meditation, it becomes a natural part of you. You just close your eyes and you are already there. As some of you have said, told me, the moment you start close my eyes and then you are totally, you just go deeper. That is the meaning of going deeper and the higher into the journey. There I remember the Buddha's statement, don't believe me what I'm saying to you unless you realize it in your life. So not only you are changing your entire life. That is the key to the entire journey of the Eastern wisdom. Our behavior, our attitude, our responses, our relations, they are redefined. Who redefines? Minus the false self. Applying the conventional method, applying this method. So initially the master says, let us purify the mind, but not only this is purification. We recognize where the self-denial is there, where the self-identification is there, whether I have become judgmental or not. And so what is happening inside us? Think, what is happening inside us? We experience the sense of freedom. Where is the goal? Awakening means total freedom. my friends, we have to, yes, one more point, then then we will see that how it works. When we are listening and learning, so you are listening and learning when the teacher is talking, so those words and the phrases and the knowledge is received. You are receiving the knowledge. So thinking has two parts. See, I just said you that, oh, one more point. So that one more point was inside my mind first, and then I expressed it. So that expression is thinking in relationship to you. And one thinking is only within me. I know my real self or I don't know. So after listening and learning, I think while sitting alone, that becomes the contemplation and reflection. Then I recognize, oh, where is this self-identification? Oh, this is, I was judgmental in that relationship yesterday with that. So you are thinking. So that thinking is contemplation and reflection. Alone, following these principles. But when you express, that is also thinking. So when you express, when you think and speak and act in relationship to the world outside. One more point. Existence is always blessing and blessing us. So now it is my responsibility to think, speak, and act to participate in that grace and the blessing. Is how our great and enlightened masters continue to live. We talk that they are full of compassion. They are not. It is their bound duty. They have to do this. They do it naturally. So when you do it naturally, what happens? Life all the time, 24 by 7, is peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, my friends. Do you remember being comfortable, no struggle, position of the body? You are aware. You see that you are aware? What it means? You're already living in a state of rise in awareness, not fall in awareness, fall in consciousness. So that makes your body comfortable once and for all. No struggle. And what do you mean by the struggle? Who recognizes the struggle? The mind. But what is happening in the mind? I don't understand. Nothing. It's all about the impurity. So you can bring all the phrases and the words of modern psychology, self-denial, judgmental, anxiety, duality, conflict, depression. Oh, you are observing by applying the self-inquiry method all the unusual conditions in your mind, and we say impurity. What we are doing, not only we are improving our mental and the emotional well-being, but we are also preventing any issue that may come up in the future. Being comfortable, you already know it, shoulder joint, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Is it not rise in awareness? What do you mean by it? It means from the physical awareness, you went to the awareness of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And you take a step further to space. No, I don't see this space. Every space is filled with the thought, impurity. We become such a stronger personality. You know why? You separate in your intellect the thought, feeling, sensations, past impression that may result into anxiety, depression, and other stuff. You've already separated. How dare those challenges may come? But if they come, it means you are not learning it properly. Shoulder joint, sensation, comfort, steadiness, you moved into the subtle. Now, space. Space is emptiness. Now, other thoughts are there, unwelcome, unwanted. Let them be there. You are already separate from it. You do not participate. How dare the mind can cause any mental challenges in your life? But to reach to that state, we have been continuing the journey. The entire body sensation, comfort and steadiness, okay, and the space. And the space, then I see, and I have lot of thoughts. You just categorize them. It's a lane one. I don't want these thoughts, but still these thoughts are coming. So no issue. No issue at all. Here, carefree with any thought. We have a foolproof plan. As you know, we discussed about the mantra. So we start with the mantra, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. So do you remember the word, the meaning, and the knowledge? Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. So what is going to happen? That mantra becomes a conventional method. Anytime, anywhere you can apply. Connect, contribute, and celebrate. If you look closely, that is what it is. Everyone should be in the state of happiness, yes. Why? Happiness is the essential nature of the existence, and I exist, hence happiness is also my essential nature. But you said it is also the essential nature of every species on this planet. Yes. So, should I cooperate to discover happiness while living my personal, professional, social life, or should I block it? No, no, I'm learning Eastern wisdom, so I have to support it. Come, whatever the situation and condition is. Now, what should I do if other? So you still have the impurity. What others? They are not learning the Eastern wisdom. So my response is conventional method. And then we will find the result. You have to wait until all the corresponding emotions in your mind drops and removes. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let there be peace for all. You already know the meaning. Awareness, knowledge, awareness of that knowledge. Peace is essential nature. It doesn't take too much of time. Once you are absorbed with the right knowledge, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Wholeness, completeness, any time, anywhere, in any situation, in any relationship. You are aware of your completeness. Situation of reaction, anger, hesitation will never arise. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. We have already discussed about auspiciousness. You can include this. Breathing is also a conventional method. So looking inside the forehead in the space, Om Shanti, mentally dropping there in the space, you are filling it, and start breathing quick and short breath from both the nostrils into the chest. Continue. It's not very fast, it's not very forceful, but only thing that you remember, you are breathing into the rib cage, it expands, and you are contracting the rib cage while breathing out. And stop it, do nothing. First, experience the changes. Second, experience the obstacles and the reaction of the mind. So that will help us to recognize the impurity. We are going to discuss in a couple of sessions about what kind of impurities and how it causes a lot of challenges in our life. We'll pick up the 6 impurities. So Shanti continues. And now is the time to start breathing from the belly. I discussed long breath, expansion of the belly like a balloon, and squeezing while exhaling. We are doing 3 minutes. Om Shanti continues deep inside the forehead in the space. Breathing continues. You will find as if you are moving into a higher awareness or lower awareness. Both are possible. Lot of impurities, lower awareness. Reaction, hesitation, I don't want to do, still I'm doing, your breath of it will change. But if you are doing it with the purity of the mind, it will give you a new level of experiences. Keep on doing it. Continue, my friends. We all are seekers. It's not a big deal for us. Your breath is deeper and it is longer. Deeper, lower lobes of the lungs. Symbolically, we recognize you inhale, the belly expands. And you exhale, the belly squeezes. And stop it. Now, should I use the word self-inquiry? Yes, I check my experiences, whether it is making me fall into consciousness or rise in consciousness. It's easy for you now to examine. Self-identification, I drop it. Mind justification, I drop it. It's only a matter of 3 minutes. And now we will go for breathing that engages belly and the chest. You already know it. So, Om Shanti and continue. It's a long. You first inhale into the belly, it expands, continue into the chest, then you exhale from the belly and the chest. Long, deep, and I say hissing breath because you are making a little sound to maintain an awareness and to prevent the mind to take over you. If you're doing it silently, the chances the mind will push us into unconscious sleep or will react. And that is why in Hatha Yoga we have Ujjayi Pranayama. Ujjayi means to winning over, victory over the mind. So I just made it a little easier. Long, deep. No worries, keep on doing it. I lost a connection for a second, that's why you heard that noise. And now stop it. Do nothing, experience the changes. Experience the reaction coming from the mind. So that's a journey, that's a journey, and it helps us to understand where we are. Initially, I told you a couple of months ago that I could do it for even 15 minutes each. But now you are capable of doing 9 minutes of breathing. So that's what the master says: believe, pending, practice, and inquiry. And now we have not forgotten the nyasa. Start breathing deep, silent, and slow. As you inhale, deep, silent, and slow, the mind moves from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and you are singing. What you are singing? You are singing Om Shanti. And as you exhale, the mind moves from the crown, from the tailbone to the crown of the head. You're singing. Singing is a way to emotionally absorb the mind. You redirect your emotions not to the reaction and the past impressions, but you already know it. Keep on. We should not forget that nyasa. Maybe couple of times when you do the nyasa, you find the breath, brain, mind, body sink. We need that sinking. Why? For the next step. Leave this nyasa. What is the next step? Look inside the cave of your heart, the triangle. I'll explain a little bit deeper of the triangle, but at present, as you move the mind on the sides of the triangle, Om Shanti, the speed of singing Om Shanti and movement of the mind on each side is sinking. Om Shanti, equilateral triangle in the cave of your heart. And the moment you see the sink is there, push the mind with Om inside the center of a triangle, inside the cave of your heart. Mind seemingly stops, Shanti, and you're there. And now, Japa, with the mind's eye, with the mind's touch, with the mind's tongue, with the mind's ear, you are dropping Om Shanti on the 16 points of a finger of either the right or the left hand, whatever it is. The mind is distracted only because the sense organ picks up their respective objects. Now there is no chance of any distraction. The mind merges into the higher consciousness. Om Shanti. You may feel the sensation, you may feel the light, you may feel as a bodilessness, a variety of experiences until we settle down completely. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We will share our experiences. How are you, Vaibhav?
Sir, I'm good. Mine was very clear, and it can see that what is coming and what I'm actually doing. So these two are very distinct
Good.
and very aware of that. And it was like even what I'm thinking, whatever thought is coming, why I'm thinking that, it was also clear. So very much space was there in between everything.
Good. That seems, the separation is always wonderful. That is really good. The more greater the separation from the false I and the real I, it is a progress. Beautiful. There is some issues with uh, internet, but anyhow, how are you, Stephen?
Good. During the lesson, I was just thinking about the different conventional method and the self-inquiry, and started to realize that the conventional method is just raising my awareness to everything, and then that gives me the oh, there you go. I thought I lost you there for a minute. That the conventional method raises my awareness, that then allows me to just become aware of all that stuff that's out there, that then gives me the tools to self-inquiry to see why am I reacting, or how am I handling things in order to make sure that I reach my peace and happiness and truth and wisdom, and the real self. And I was just settled with that. It was just, that was it. And then the rest of the meditation was just relaxing, effortless, quiet. I realized at one point that I immediately, closing the eyes, it went right to my heart center, and everything took place around there. And always thought that this idea that I kept going deeper and deeper and deeper, and I realized I'm not really going any deeper. It's the space is actually getting larger, and I'm still just exactly where I was, and it was just so settling and relaxing.
Can anybody else hear Girish? I can't hear him. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hey, Girish, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
I can't hear him.
don't see him either anywhere.
We don't see him or hear him either.
Yeah. I guess we should just wait. Okay. Huh. Oh.
He's probably saying the most profound stuff we'll ever hear, and we're missing it.
Huh. He's probably just working on his internet connection. But I don't know if he'll
You're probably right, Terry, but I'm just entertaining myself.
I was thinking that we should keep talking, and then when he listens to the recording, then he'll hear what we said. Oh, he left the meeting. Okay, so he joined again. Oh, that's him, the green G. Okay.
I think we should call him that now, the green G.
Oh no, yeah.
At least our session went smoothly. That is good. And I could see a constant appearance and disappearance of your faces. So that means the internet connection. Maybe it's a whole internet connection has to do some problem. So Sam, can you say something? No.
I can. Hi. I can't hear you? No? Mm.
I hear you. Both of you.
You hear. You both are from New York, so that's why you hear.
Yeah, we are hearing you.
I hear you too.
I don't hear you. Anyhow,
You can't hear me, Girish?
no.
Mm.
So no issue. We will share our experiences. We can, yes, you can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Ashok, can you? Yeah. No,
Sorry,
Sam, we don't hear.
Can you hear us?
We will share our experiences in our next session. Did you hear me?
I heard you, yes.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.